The sideline in front of the bench, nobody around him. He's just over here. Then he says, "I tricked you guys." Takes the ball and he says, "Well, should I go in?" I'll try a little spin move, go right by the bench.
Zadi keeps this up. He may match his season output this afternoon. Good catch.
You know, Chris, that's what bringing a guy like Daryl Mitchell back when he got two speeds with him and Tyrone Brown. It's just going to open it up for everybody.
Jimmy Kemp over 300 yards rushed, throwing, and a big play on the ground by Pinball Clemens for another first down, and the Argos showing their balanced attack.
You know, it's almost like they woke up the last week of Labor Day. You know, Pinball just did a great job. Look at the vision. The Wayne Gretzky of the Canadian Football League. Great eyesight, knows where the holes are, does a great job of finding it and taking it up and keep working. But you know what? Last week with Washington Hamilton, he had those great punt returns. Then in the fourth quarter, they started putting him in running the football at the running back position. Great positive things happened. Now he's starting back there again.
Only player in football to be over 5,000 yards in 4 different categories. Kemp to Burse. Tony Burse trying to cut it back, and the big man does.
Well, he cuts it back, Chris, but he's not trying to cut it back to avoid people. He's just looking for people to hit.
Trying to find collisions, and he comes very close to finding another first down.
Well, you can see that Willie Pless has got him out in the flat. He tries to overplay him a little bit. Burse just kind of pushes him off, which you don't see happen very often, but, you know, give Pless credit. That's why the man leads the league almost every year in tackles, because he keeps coming back, and he gets his man.
Second and about a yard, which is a great situation for Kemp now in Saskatchewan territory at the 28. Argos driving again. Burse. And he'll be close to the first down as the Riders bring him down quickly.
Well, they'll go for a measurement, but, you know, they go with a stacked formation. You mentioned that early in the first half, if you're going to see that again, and they have Mitchell and Brown and everybody lined up in a straight line behind the quarterback, so everybody thinks it's just going to be a fake or a play action and a pass, and he hands it right off to Burse off the gut, and now they'll measure for the first down.
And it is enough. The Argo drive is alive with under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, trying to add to a 14-point lead. Jimmy Kemp having one of his finest days in the Canadian Football League.
And more importantly, they're not letting the Saskatchewan offense have any time to try and build any momentum.
Kemp looks right side. There's Masadi. Short gain. Kraft touching him down at the 21.
You know, I was talking to Paul before the game, and he was really upset about last week. You know, the ball went off his chest, and then he got clocked by Jeff Cummins from Hamilton, and we showed it. He goes, "Why you guys show me doing that kind of stuff?" And he said, "You know what, tomorrow, the rebirth." And, well, he's actually proven that point today.
Fifth catch, 65 yards. I asked Jeff Barrowholm about, you know, the frustrations of Mazzati, and he said he can still get it done. He just hasn't had the opportunity this year. Look at Kemp's numbers. And we're still in the third quarter. Burse. And he's down to the 18-yard line, and that'll be close to another Toronto first down.
Well, they just can't. Everything they touch turns it on. They have the Midas touch in offense right now. Whatever they call is working. This offense is just picking up confidence and more confidence. The players are starting to look at the screen and say, "Hey, did you see my block? Hey, did you see my block?" I mean, they're fighting for the attention right now, and that's because success breeds success. I can tell you right now, this Argonaut offense is breeding success.
I was a little surprised at how open Jim Barker was talking about Grey Cup. He said, "We've now got the people in place that can get us there, but we're midway through the year," and he has, as a rookie coach, no hesitation about talking Grey Cup right now.
Well, you know, he says every game, people always say this is a big game. He says, "You know what, I don't believe in big games. I just believe every game is a step toward the final destination, and that would be the Grey Cup."
Third down and a couple of feet to go here for Kemp, and he follows the big old lineman, Chad Folk, Salter, and Giaskis, and it's another Argo first down. Clock continues to run, down to 3:20 remaining third quarter.
Well, you know, any quarterback will get that. When you're behind 1,500 pounds of beef, primate grade beef, you're going to get the first down. They just get a great push. Look at that push. The one defender on the Saskatchewan side, Rich Young, tries to bury. He just gets pushed like a garden till.
There's Steve Salter, the Ottawa University grad, CIAU All-Star, the left guard. First down. Kemp in trouble this time. Down he goes to the 20, ball on the turf. Who's got it? And Saskatchewan again has snuffed an Argo drive with a takeaway.
Well, Travis Smith, Johnny on the spot, picking up that fumble, but good pressure. We just talked about the offensive line to play before. This time, Saskatchewan comes back, puts the pressure on, forces a turnover, and Travis Smith and the Saskatchewan Roughriders comes up with it.
Nelson Van Wise causes the fumble, and Saskatchewan dodges another bullet.
Well, just great pressure and, good coverage by the defenders, but if you freeze it right there, you're going to see right there, Nelson Van Wise gets the arm in there, knocks the ball loose. As we talked about earlier, Travis Smith, Johnny on the spot as it comes out, makes the recovery, snuffs that drive.
So the Argonauts have squandered a couple of opportunities to deliver the knockout blow in this third quarter.
Well, that might be a blessing, but when you have a turnover like that, Chris, now it's up to the offense. Pick it up. Get some momentum. Don't go 2 and out. That's the worst thing that can happen. You got to take the drive now. March to football. Give the defense a breather. Don't just go 1-2 and expect us to come out again.
A couple of weeks ago, Reggie Slack came in the second half against BC and rallied the troops to a near come-from-behind win. See what he's got here. Mayfield at the 29-yard line. He'll have the first down.
Nice job of Saunders, Mike Saunders, getting out in the flat, doing a little rubbing off the defender, allowing Mayfield to come back underneath. You can see Saunders in the top of your screen. Mayfield cuts underneath him. Nice pitch, nice catch, move the chains.
Person O'Shea with the tackle, but a first down for Saskatchewan. He's the deep threat. Slack rolling right. Looking for Narcisse. Nobody better at putting the feet down and stretching out for a ball like that. Are they ruling it a catch or not?
No, they're calling him out of bounds. Just a little too much of a lead by Reggie Slack to Don Narcisse, but this is the one play they have run effectively. A bootleg with protection. They pull the onside guard, in this case Jeremy O'Day, and they get Mike Saunders for added protection. Throws the football just a little too far, and as you said, Don Narcisse, one of the best at keeping the feet in bounds, couldn't on this particular play.
Boy, that's a terrific athletic play, even if it was for naught. 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Bonner's got him. Ball on the turf, and Martavius Houston still loose. Saskatchewan gets it back.
Well, they did this, they're bringing everybody this time. I mean, they've got 9 guys coming here. You got to see this. You can't set up in the package. Take a look at this. Look at all these guys. That's the whole team. Looks like they're going for a team pitcher, and they're bringing everybody. You got to throw the ball. You can see Eric Gulliford cutting out. It's got to be a hot pattern. If you got that many guys on the line of scrimmage, there's nobody over the middle. You got to cut it in the middle, hit the hot pattern, and make them pay for taking that gamble.
In the opening, you showed us formation with 7 men. Looked like they had the full student body that time.
I tell you what, you don't have to look at the playbook. Just watch that one.
Big rush by Houston, but McCallum gets it away. Here's the pinball. And he's swarmed before he gets to the 45. 47-yard punt by McCallum. No return as we join Mark Lee.
Well, Chris, earlier you mentioned in the broadcast how Rich Young of the Saskatchewan Roughriders has put on 30 to 35 pounds since training camp, converting from linebacker to nose tackle. Well, here it is, the breakfast of champions, Ultimate Orange. This is the protein shake that he drinks, and I've been told by Norm Fong, their equipment man here, that he drinks this milkshake 6 to 8 times a day. That's in addition to the pregame meal and all the other snacks that he has. So he's up to 265 pounds, and I'm told that when they won over Winnipeg on Labor Day, he didn't celebrate or toast with a beer or a pop. He had a protein milkshake.
Is that a product you endorse?
You couldn't hang with me then.
Oh, Kemp in trouble, and back to the turf he goes, says Markel Trueluck with a sack. Well, the Saskatchewan defense has been resilient.
You know what, Chris, exactly. They have not given up. They say, hey, this fourth quarter, we're here for the full 60 minutes. We're creating opportunities. We're going to keep doing it. That time, Trueluck just takes the outside on Craig Hendrickson, beats him to the quarterback and gets a sack.
Loss of 8. It's 2nd and 18 on what should be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Kemp on the keeper to the 45. Back across the original line of scrimmage, a couple of more, but he'll be into a punting situation when we come back to start the 4th quarter. Saskatchewan's lead or deficit is 14 with 15 minutes to play. Ready to start the 4th quarter at Skydome in Toronto. The Argos in a punting formation, and Curtis Mayfield awaiting the kick from Prefontaine. Here's Mayfield, and he is buried at the 25-yard line. Really statistically dominated 3rd quarter by Toronto.
Well, I mean, you're looking at first down, 6-21. I mean, time of possession, almost 2-1. 27, almost 28 minutes to 17. Net yards. Look at that, though. That'll tell you a story right there. 404 to 150 for Saskatchewan. They have no opportunity. They're going too many times around the field. They're 2 and out. They're not creating any momentum. They're not getting any confidence in Toronto. They're doing the exact opposite. They are flying right now.
Mitchell has been a big boost to the Argos offense. 137 yards in that 3rd quarter alone. Only 23 for Reggie Slack. The Roughriders only had the ball for 4:46 in that 3rd quarter. Slack looking downfield and incomplete.
Well, I think you're going to see Reggie. This is the one play they have run successfully. The bootleg, staying behind his protection, getting outside. But I think Reggie's going to have to start to try and hit the corner. By that I mean getting right to the corner and stretching it and taking off with it, because right now he's pulling up behind the protection, trying to throw it. He's been successful, but there's, you know, it's like any squirrel. You go to the same hole for the same nuts once in a while, pretty soon they're not there.
Reggie just 2 for 7, 9 yards passing in the 2nd half. Here comes that blitz, but this time he gets it out to Mayfield. But what pursuit by the Argos, and it's Byron Capers over there quickly to limit the gain by Mayfield.
Well, Byron Capers, Adrian Smith, they just have such flat-out team speed on defense, and that's why they lead so many categories in defense. I mean, they just play off each other. This is the defense they say Matthews created. Well, I don't know about that right now. They're playing different people, but they fit them perfectly in the puzzle, and they're just playing well right now.
And it forces Saskatchewan back into a punting situation. Here's pinball across midfield and swarm there. Saskatchewan with a big game on Friday against the Edmonton Eskimos. Argos' next game against Calgary, and here this afternoon. Argo offense that put up 28 points in Darryl Mitchell's return to the CFL last week. Racked up a lot of yards here this afternoon, and Mitchell a key weapon.
Well, we talked about yards after catch, and that's what he is. He's Mr. Excitement. He says, I don't care how you throw the football to me, just get it to me, let me do the rest, as evidenced here on this touchdown.
As much as anything, though, I think he makes everybody else around him that much more dangerous, because so much energy has to be directed at stopping him. Here's Clements with a burst off the right side. Brought down by Bless and Benson.
Great job of the offensive line, but getting back to Mitchell, one of the things they say in the locker room is he is family. Jim Barker was asked, you know, you got all these new guys that are coming back. What's it like with new guys? Does it disrupt your chemistry? Coach Barker says, these aren't new guys. These are part of the family. Just went on extended vacation. They came back. That's the attitude they have.
Well, this is a cause for concern. Pinball still down.
Just going off tackle, finds it, of course, gets trapped. Little ankle rolled on him. That's what, you know, when he tackled him there, he stayed on top of it, got his ankle underneath him a little bit, twisted it, fell on it.
Michael still looking for his first touchdown of the year, which is hard to believe, but he might have been the most enthusiastic member of the Argos that we talked to yesterday about how things are coming together offensively. See if we get a better look at what happened to him.
Well, you can see Benson and Pless just taking him down there. Gets caught under the pile, and the weight of Pless just falls on his legs as he's taken down. And you can hope that he just knocked the wind out of him right now.
That after a gain of 7.
Well, we talked about Saskatchewan, what they had to do. They had to play smart. They've had turnovers. Mayfield started with a fumble. They've thrown a couple of interceptions. They've stuffed the run. You know, Toronto, 103 rushing yards. But look at Toronto. 7 Argos with catches. And Slack, they kept him in the pocket. 4 yards rushing. We expected to see some of the options. Haven't had a sniff of it today.
Pinball up and under his own steam to the sidelines.
He's kind of holding that arm kind of gingerly.
The left arm looks uncomfortable. It's a guy by the name of Flutie who used to quarterback here when 7 different receivers caught the football. Jim Kemp has spread it around today. 2nd and short, and they're not going to get to the first down stick.
Chris, you know, Chris, you talked about how Saskatchewan's defense, they've come here to play. They've really have kept Saskatchewan in this game. They could have folded their tents and said, you know what, the offense has done nothing today, but they've been out there at least 3/4 of the game. They're still playing with emotion, still playing with fire, and evidenced right here by stopping them short on the 2nd. I mean, that's just great football and good intensity by your defense. Credit Marshall. Yep. I played him, and I'll tell you what, I remember a game we played against Greg Marshall in Winnipeg, and we beat him. We were beating him 56-2. He beat me for 2 sacks at the end of the game, 1 lineman of the week. So I tell you what, I almost had nightmares. And every time I see him, he rubs it in, but he's doing a great job with that defense in Saskatchewan.
3rd down. Little pooch kick by Prefontaine bouncing into the end zone. And a point conceded by Gulliford, who thought he had somebody trapped in the no-yards range. A 54-yard single for the Argos. Believe it or not, that's their first point of the 2nd half.
A nicely contoured body. A quietly comfortable interior. And a powerful, yet fuel-efficient engine. All of which makes you realize that it sure doesn't act like a family car. The new 2000 Corolla.
What do you get when you put a Wendy's quarter-pound single served hot off the grill so it's hot and juicy with Biggie fries and a 20-ounce drink, all for just $3.99?
You get one great lunch.
Wendy's $3.99 classic single combo. Come and get it.
This is really important for me to be here to defend this. This is my good name being taken to task.
We've lost the battle, but not the war.
Tuesday night.
You're not serious.
You want the biggest cattle ranch, maybe you need the biggest harrow.
Rich's obsession leads to a risky plan,
That's the most boneheaded idea you've ever had.
while Gloria is determined to win a different battle.
Your breakfast, sir.
This is not a lady's horse.
I'm no lady.
Costly dreams for everyone.
Is he all right?
Just like butter on bread.
Nothing too good for a cowboy. Tuesday night at 9 on CBC.
I can do this.
Back at Sky Dome, a 15-point lead for the Toronto Argonauts. 18-3 the score with 12:29 to go. Argos have not been able to deliver the knockout punch yet. Let's see if Saskatchewan can stay alive. Slack steps up and runs right into Glenn Young. Gun crack in the neighborhood. And Reggie may have got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Well, a little bit of hesitation on Reggie. He sits back there. Offensive line originally gives him a lot of time to pick out a receiver. Then he kind of is not sure. He thinks about running, and then he decides, well, I better go. Of course, Glenn Young does a great job of falling off his block, making the play.
2nd and 10. Saskatchewan's had a couple of big plays on defense in the second half. They haven't had one on offense yet. There's Mayfield. Got a block, but brought down by Young again. Back-to-back tackles for the Scarborough native. And once again, it's 2 and out, Saskatchewan.
This is what's really hurting him. I mean, I'll tell you what. This is a good play, but you still got to get people turning. Right now, they haven't gone downfield enough. They're still letting the DBs sit facing the quarterback. They're not getting their hips turned. They're running underneath routes, but the DBs are still there. What happens, it's even more crucial, it's another 2 and out. Your defense is going, not again, we got to go back out there.
Jerry Townsend at the Argo bench working on the pinball. Adrian Smith back in to return the punt from McCallum. That is 35. Here's Smith, and he won't get any further.
Good coverage again by the cover team. I mean, they're just doing a great job. There's a lot of facets. There's 3 parts of the game. There's offense, defense, special teams. 2 of this facets have shown up today, but the offense of Saskatchewan Roughriders really have struggled today.
Well, a reminder that for the latest news on the CFL, log on to the website, CFL on CBC, and you can ask Chris a question that's been on your mind for our special half-hour, well, let me say your special half-hour pregame show on October the 2nd.
And it's going to be a doozy.
Jimmy Kemp at the controls. Steps up and in some trouble, and down goes Kemp behind the line of scrimmage. Trueluck there again.
Well, you talked about Trueluck in his first game playing against these very same Argonauts. Different personnel that time, obviously. But he's having another game again. He has just been a thorn in the offensive line side. He's just doing a great job. Let's check in with Mark Lee.
Chris, here's an update on the condition of Mike Pinball Clemens. He has injured his left shoulder. The medical staff here for the Argos aren't quite sure how serious it is, whether in fact it is a separation. But in all the stress tests they've done, he still looks like he's very strong with the left arm, but he's going to stay out for a while and see how it feels. He may not be back.
Has not wiped the smile off his face. Pass incomplete, sailing into the Saskatchewan bench. So, well, that's encouraging news on the pinball. We were going back through the records. He really hasn't had a serious injury since '91. He's been an Iron Man.
And when you think of all the things he's done, returning kickoffs, punts, and he plays a regular part in that offense, you know, I don't think Toronto, in all good conscience, should even think about putting pinball in today. The way they're playing on offense, the way they're consuming the clock and moving the football, let them rest. Don't take a chance on losing a guy like pinball with 10 minutes left in the first quarter here.
Refontaine had to go up to bring that down, and then booms one. Gulliford back at his 20. There's Gulliford. Not across the 25, not much more. And Saskatchewan start to move the football. A 56-yard punt after the